Alrighty, a Saturday of games has come and gone, and I am home alone tonight, so I actually get to record this at night. I don't really have an actual office or anything. I just record this in my bedroom, as you can see back here. And because the fiance isn't here, I can just record these right after the game and not get up super early to do them. But anyway, the Nuggets-Lakers game literally just finished like 2 seconds ago at the time of recording this, so let's talk about this one. The Lakers are still alive. That's awesome. I want to touch on a couple things with this game. We're going to spend probably the most amount of time on this game. This is probably the series that you guys care the most about, too. So that probably works just fine for you guys. The first thing I want to talk about isn't even something to do with the game. It's the talk that was happening around the game that honestly really bothered me going into this game. I just listened to way too many media people complaining about the Lakers roster and them being like, oh, this supporting cast isn't very good around LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Like, they need to be better. They need to do this, yada, yada, yada. And that really bothers me for some reason. Because I'm like, this is a pretty good basketball team. They're like, oh, yeah, this is on Rob Pelinka, yada, yada, yada. And you guys can let me know what you think or whatever. But this is a pretty good basketball team, all said and done. Like, D'Angelo Russell is a good point guard. I know he's had some bad games. He's also had some really good games. Like, and that inconsistency's tough. And Austin Reeves hasn't played the greatest in this series, and we'll talk about that as we go into this game. But, like, these are good basketball players. Rui Hachimura, Reeves, Russell, Gabe Vincent's been off and on this year. Taurean Prince has been pretty good this series. Spencer Dinwiddie's a nice basketball player. Jackson Hayes isn't all that great. Christian Wood didn't actually get in the game like maybe some people thought he might tonight, but you know what? That's okay. Yeah, the conversation around the team really bothered me because I'm like, okay, like Denver's like supporting cast hasn't been that great either, and they don't have more than one all-star right on the team because they're like, oh, they need to go get a third all-star. They need to go get a third all-star. Why? Like, who? First of all, who? I always hate when they say it. They got to go get a third all-star. They need to. Who? Who are you gonna go get? Who are you going to go get? And any of you people in the comments that want to talk to me about it, tell me who exactly they're going to trade for and how they're going to do it. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I hate when people just say they need to go get another star. I'm like, who? Who is it though? Like, you need to complete that argument. You're just saying things otherwise. So that's just me venting for a little bit about that stuff. But like the Nuggets bench hasn't been good this whole series. Let's not pretend like that's been the case. Peyton Watson's played like some solid defense, but otherwise, like Christian Braun hasn't hit a 3 this whole series. Reggie Jackson doesn't really do anything, and Justin Holiday is just a very fast shooter. Like, that's what he does. Like, these aren't bad basketball players by any means. Christian Braun has had a nice season, all said and done. Like, Peyton Watson's a solid young player, but let's not pretend like this team is for some reason better on paper than this Lakers team, because it's not. They just have Jokic, right? Like, and Murray, and they work well together. Aaron Gordon's playing very well. Michael Porter Jr. is playing very well. These aren't all-star players. Anthony Davis is supposedly Defensive Player of the Year. If you ask him, this is LeBron James. Rui Hachimura is a good player. D'Angelo Russell almost gets you 20 a night. Austin Reeves can get you 20 a night. These are good basketball players. So I just don't want to hear people complain about the Lakers roster. But let's talk about the actual game in itself. So we'll notice D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves did play well this game. And, you know, I planned on doing something talking about why the Lakers lost this game, but obviously that didn't happen. And I'm going to tell you guys why it didn't happen. The Lakers made an adjustment that I didn't hear enough people talking about in this game, and it's the fact that LeBron James didn't have the ball like at all times this game. LeBron has not been great with the basketball in this series. And so when they let D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves handle the ball a little bit more, believe it or not, that's what they're good at, and that's where they fit in, and they've started to play well. When you're a basketball coach, you have to find like the economic balance of your players, right? Like LeBron, maybe he's best with the basketball. I'll make an argument that he's actually not now, and that we saw it tonight. But before, that was always the case, right? Like, it was always best if LeBron James just had the basketball. Now, you've got guys like D'Angelo Russell who play a lot better when he has the basketball. He's really good at navigating pick and rolls. He's a good playmaker, right? Like, he's very good at managing his own game that way. Austin Reeves is a very similar player in that sense. Letting them have the ball a little bit more and letting LeBron work off ball is critical. LeBron is such a good off ball player. He sees the game better than anybody, right? And how many like little alley-oop dunks did he get this game from guys like Reeves and D'Lo and guys like that, right? It's awesome. And now Rui hasn't been optimized in himself, and that's been part of the problem too, because he works a lot better when he gets to like ISO on like the block a little bit more, but that's probably not worth it to the team. So maybe Rui's just not going to have as good of a series because he doesn't have a great matchup in this series anyway, so it probably doesn't make a ton of sense to go to him. But like LeBron off ball is the difference in this series, right? Aaron Gordon can't play like everywhere on the court, and LeBron's going to be moving around and cutting and slashing and finding these opportunities, and D'Lo and Reeves are going to hit him every time because they're good with the basketball. So if the Lakers play like this and they have guys like Prince spacing, then Vincent and Dinwiddie, guys like that, and the rest of their starters, things are going to be fine. But let's give Anthony Davis his credit too, because Anthony Davis has absolutely balled tonight. Like 23 rebounds is absolutely nuts. A lot of them are very much hustle plays. Absolutely awesome. Loved seeing Anthony Davis play tonight. It was really a hustle game, which you don't see out of him like all that often. He's had a couple this series though, so we have to give our flowers to AD, man. Like they don't get this game done without him. He hit a lot of tough shots over Jokic too, who was really contesting him well. So shout out AD. But as far as Denver goes, I don't think Denver played a bad game, and that's kind of like the scary thing if you're a Lakers fan, right? Like they just kind of didn't hit shots. They still got every shot that they wanted. They just didn't hit them this time. So if I'm a Lakers fan, I probably don't feel great at the end of the day. You at least like figured some things out, like I said, with like your rotation and like who you should be playing, kind of the play style. That's good. But like still, the Nuggets still almost came back, and like Murray still can't hit a shot to save his life right now. And like Michael Porter Jr. was really good tonight. That's awesome. Aaron Gordon wasn't nearly as impactful, so that's something to look at. Jokic was awesome. KCP was good, but like, and again, no bench play. Like the Nuggets aren't a very deep basketball team, so I don't know why we're pretending like they are. But anyway, I thought they still got most of the shots they wanted. So if they fall next game, I'd like to think that this game is kind of done. And I think that's what a lot of us are going to expect. So we'll see. The Nuggets probably come back refocused, and a gentleman's sweep probably isn't the worst thing for them anyway. But no, the Lakers aren't out of it by any means. Like they've got a strategy that they can use to win. They have a deeper team. So yeah, shout out the Lakers, man. And yeah, I'm still going to take Denver in the next one though. Ooh, here was a surprise for me. I loved watching this game today. I just loved it. Shout out Orlando, man. They got the job done again, and like very handily got the job done again. Let's go to the Wagner brothers. I don't know if y'all heard like Shaq talking about like these dudes and everything. He was like, get off the ground. Like now I sound like Schwarzenegger. I can't do impersonations or anything. Y'all can give me shit in the comments for that. It's fine. But yeah, no, like the Wagner brothers, absolutely awesome. They made the adjustments that I talked about. I'm like, Wendell Carter should be starting. Jonathan Isaac should be out on the perimeter, and they did this last game, right? And it's continued to work. They made that adjustment. Jonathan Isaac is now switching and guarding perimeter guys. That's awesome. Wendell Carter is a center. He's playing center now. That's awesome. He's doing well for them. Even hit some threes. Played good defense on guys like Mobley and Allen, like as good of defense as he can play. So we absolutely love that. Jalen Suggs was hitting some tough shots today. That's really cool. I still can't figure out what Gary Harris is doing on the court, so if you guys know, please help me find out. And Banchero didn't even hit that many shots today. So like, the Magic just kind of did their thing. I mean, how many three-pointers did they take? They took 26, and they made 12 of them, so that's pretty good. That's pretty dang good for Orlando. We'll take that, and that's because Jonathan Isaac hit 4 of 6 of them. Yeah, he was spacing, man, and he was hitting. He's better at the wing. It's so much better for them. Shout out Markelle Fultz, who had like a really quietly good game as well, like especially on the defensive end. But guys like Mo and Franz Wagner were just so electric in like their attitudes and everything. Like Mo Wagner he probably needs to play more minutes than he's actually getting, but it's hard to balance all of that. But just the energy that he brings is so important to this team. That's why I was so confused at first when they weren't playing him as much and they were playing him like next to Wendell. I'm like, this doesn't make really any sense. But love the energy they got going on. They are just closing out on Cleveland for everything, and they are getting so frustrated that they can't like get off any of their three-point shots. I mean, look at this. They took 17 three-pointers only. This team only took 17 three-pointers, and they only made 23% of them. Like, they locked them up. The Orlando just has so much length. They have so much like attack in their closeouts, right? Where they really get up in front of you, don't give you any space to move afterwards. They have so much length. They're good at like that first little push-off move that they do to keep in front of you. It's just awesome to watch. So if they can keep this up, which I think they can, I think Orlando can win this series. Like, I really do. Like, I don't know how you're going to really stop them from doing that, because it's just switching man defense. There's not great answers to that always, but like, they can do a lot here. As far as like the Cavs though, the Cavs just, they got their inside shots. It looks like Orlando was kind of like, okay, you guys can kind of get these a little bit more. We're just going to run you guys off the three-point line as much as possible, and we just believe that eventually Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell are just going to want to chuck a three, and that's kind of what happened. But they didn't give up any threes. I do want to give some credit to Karis LeVert. I think Karis LeVert's been quietly really good for this team. I think he's been like a really good playmaker for them. He's the only one like attacking the closeouts like really well and finding the seam and then making the rest I can't talk at this point. I'm so sleep deprived. The next right pass to keep the offense going. What was his plus minus? -7, which was best on the team. Look at that. I really don't look at these box scores much. They're just more so, for example, for me to draw on them when I'm like talking to you guys. But yeah, no, I felt Karis LeVert was probably the most impactful player out there, if you're asking me. So that makes a ton of sense. Max Strus still hasn't gotten going, which is a tough one. Mobley didn't take any threes this game, so that was a little disappointing as well, because that's something that they should try to exploit, try to get Paolo out of the paint, things like that. But no, otherwise, like, Cleveland's got to figure some stuff out, man. They got to figure some stuff out, because we can't just have like 14 shots from Donovan Mitchell and 11 from Darius Garland. Like, they gotta get some more stuff going on. But shout out Orlando Magic, man. I can't wait to go on TikTok and hear that Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I love it. So yeah, the Pelicans are kind of dead, aren't they? It's just, it doesn't look good. We don't need to talk about this game like too much. The Oklahoma City Thunder did their thing where they're like, we're just going to keep driving and kicking and driving and kicking. We'll take a couple 3-pointers here and there. How many did they take? Oh, they took 36 today. Oh, wow, and they hit 47% of them. Is that because Giddey was hitting them too? Yeah, because Giddey went 4 for 7, which was, they were so annoyed by that. Jalen Williams was hitting. Lou Dort. They just didn't close Lou Dort out at all in this game. He was just pulling. He kept ending up open on like the same right wing every single time. I was like, he's not even moving that much. Like, why is he so open? Like, Lou Dort is a very good shooter. So, I don't know what's going on there. Chet wasn't even that impactful today. Like, he got a couple more rebounds than he normally does, which is pretty cool. But otherwise, like, Shea did his thing. Giddey did his thing. Shout out the bench, who was just extremely efficient. Look at this. 2 for 4 from Kaysen. 2 for 2 from J-Dub. And not J-Dub, Jalen Williams. Isaiah Joe did his thing. Shot 40% from 3 when you give him the time. And then Aaron Wiggins just continues to impress me more and more as he's out there. He's taking all Gordon Hayward's minutes, so fair enough. Like, it's whatever. I know they gave up like a first-round pick for him or whatever. I think it was a first-round pick, but they had so many anyway. Who really cares? But yeah, no, the Pelicans are just dead. They're just completely dead. I don't know what to do about them. Like, why is Valanciunas only getting like 3-4 shots? I don't... Why can't we start it there? I know he's not like a great passer out of the post or anything, but like this should be one of the main focal points on offense, because like OKC shouldn't be able to do anything to him. So I don't know why that's not a thing. Trey Murphy was doing a pretty good job of trying to create things today. You're seeing the development of him, which is pretty cool. But I don't know. Like, I don't know what else to do. Like, CJ McCollum is not efficient right now. He just can't get anything away, and it's because there's so much length on this team. Like, it's just, they're deterring all of his shots, so I don't really know what he can actually do out there. I'm going to keep trying to fight for my guy, Jordan Hawkins, getting on the court. You need some offense, man. You need some offense. You put up 85 points. Like, you need somebody that can shoot. You shot 28% from 3. Can we just put a shooter out there? Somebody that can just go get some buckets. Like, you're not really stopping them offensively anyway. Can we just put Jordan Hawkins on the court and just see what happens? I don't need Najee Marshall on the court. Take him out. Don't give Dyson Daniels any minutes. Put Jordan Hawkins on the court and just see what happens. I can almost guarantee you it'll go better. And yeah, no, Brandon Ingram's he's just not getting any separation. Like, they're just kind of locking him up and everything. So it's the concern that I said earlier in the series where I'm like, he's not like, I know he's hitting shots, but he's not getting away from anybody actually. And it really showed itself tonight. Like, I know his like efficiency is all good right here, and he had 19 points, but like, it was a hard 19 points he had to go get, man. So I don't know. I just don't think it's working well. I think these guys are dead. In the words of Charles Barkley, he was like, nah, these guys don't get to go to the beach. They have to take a bus to like he said a dirty ass water beach or something like that, one where they can't go swimming. So I'm like, oh damn. But it's just such a shame. Like, man, I wish Zion was playing, because it'd make a difference in the series. It just would. He's that good of a player. But alas, no Zion Williamson for us, and we aren't blessed with his giant ball dunking presence. All right, and this game was pretty lame too. The Celtics just decided, okay, we're actually going to be efficient now and just not mess around, and we're going to guard the Miami Heat's 3-pointers, and that's exactly what they did. So Miami Heat, 9 3-pointers made this time, so there you go. They only took 28 this time, only made 32% of them. Not like a horrible percentage, but it's not good, obviously, either. But yeah, no, they were clamping everyone up. They were like, Tyler Hero, everybody thinks you're like a ball handling like kind of wing now. We're going to show them that is not the case. And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of believing there for a second after the last game, because he did have a great last game there, but they were like, nope, not letting that happen again. We're going to switch everything. We're going to guard you guys really hard on the perimeter, and we're going to make all the threes ourselves. And that's exactly what happened. I want to give a shout out to Nikola Jovic though. I just feel like he's like, it's starting to click for him. Like, I've just seen him throughout, like, the play-in up to this point. Like, he's like, I'm gonna take like 2 more shots this game. I'm gonna take another 2 more shots. Like, I'm gonna drive this time. Like, I'm gonna do this. And I'm like, huh. I'm like, I see you. Like, you're experimenting a little bit and it's working. So shout out Jovic, man. They might have something here long term. So keep an eye on him and Jaquez. That could be a nice little combo. Man, Caleb Martin played 37 minutes and got 4 shots up only. That is rough. I didn't feel like Bam got to be as much of a facilitator this game as he did before, but I don't know. Haywood Highsmith's been on the attack a lot more too, and it's actually been working pretty decently for him, so can't complain about that at all either. But I don't have a lot to say about this Miami Heat team, man. They just literally got clamped up. That was just... as my dad would say, you guys heard me say this in another video, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. But when talent works hard, you have to give them your shoes after the game because they're probably going to wipe the floor with you, and that's kind of what happened tonight. But just looking at the Celtics specifically, like, they didn't shoot the ball, like, that great, but they at least, like, were making some, and Jason Tatum was hitting some tough three-pointers. So, shout out to him, man. But no, Porzingis came out, did his thing. He was a lot more contributory, if you will, in this one, but it was them on the defensive end that just really locked them up. They were really busy on the perimeter, switching things. Drew Holiday was really out there making them mad. Peyton Pritchard was out there, like, giving his best effort, man. It was awesome to see. Luke Cornett was out there. I still don't know why Luke Cornett is out there. I'm telling y'all, Nemezi Keita, that's the guy. I promise you this guy could be a good NBA player. Just give him some minutes. That's just my little thing here and there, but you know, I have to put my piece in. But yeah, no, the Celtics just took care of business, and I'm not saying that the series is over or anything. It's just, it wasn't a very hard game to, like, analyze. They just kind of came in, they dominated them the entire game, and honestly, the score probably should have been worse, but it just wasn't because the Celtics didn't shoot phenomenally, right? Like, but they had plenty of opportunities, so I don't know. I'll be curious to see where the rest of the series goes, though, because you never know when the Miami Heat could just, like, be like, we're gonna try harder than everyone else tonight. Oh yeah, and where was DeLon Wright? Yeah, personal, not with team. Wish him the best, man. I wish him the best. DeLon Wright's been really good for this team so far. So did they not have, like, any point guards playing in this game? Yeah, no, they didn't. I didn't even put that together. Yikes. I know Patty Mills played, like, a little bit, but, like, come on now. But yeah, no. We'll see what happens with this series, man. Who knows where it's gonna go? The Celtics should get it done, but we'll see. But yeah, no, that's the update for Saturday night. Looking forward to the games tomorrow, especially that Timberwolves game. Let's send the Suns packing, man, because I just want to be done watching that team. It makes me sad right now. But anyway, leave me a comment. I've responded to every comment on my YouTube channel so far. You guys know the drill. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all that stuff. That's enough of my shameless plug. Go enjoy your Sunday, everybody. See ya.